Yeah, they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And long hold, but away we go. And it looks like V5. Does he have a good start? It looks like actually Marcus got a better start. Matty G jumping V5 behind. Cookie Games trying to go around the outside of V5 as well. So it looks like everyone is clean through. And a lot happening already. It's a bit of carnage here. White and Aiden going side by side. Into turn 6. Let's see who gets better with this. And Gary trying to get through as well behind. This Mark maintaining P1 for the moment. McCrew right on the back of Cookie Games here. Actually, Gary trying to get around the outside of Aiden. Into turn 8. That'd be an amazing move. So a few drivers off track, no crash. It doesn't look like anyone suffers from any damage, which is really good to see. So that's RLT Dan going around the outside. But for now, it's Mark maintaining the lead and getting an 8 tenths gap to Matty G behind. Has a look. Matty G getting a time penalty as well. So it's Aiden getting past Super Gamer. Does not make it work as actually does make it work. White down the inside of turn 1. Super Gamer as well. So Super Gamer looks to be losing the P position. Bit of contact there. Looks to be all clean though. And White complete in the move before turn 3. Move from him as Crew right on the back of Cookie Games. Galang picks up a time penalty and we'll be seeing a lot of those. Very easy to pick up. Anyways, McCrew down the inside of turn 8. Let's see, and he gets the move done quite nicely there. And now we'll be on the hunt for V5 ahead. Anyways, he's picked up a time penalty. Cookie Games just looking close again to McCrew with that damage. Still managed keeping the DRS, going around the outside. And he's completed the move. That's a good move. Let's see. Dylan down the inside of the hairpin onto McCrew. And the soft seems to be really going off now. And Dylan gets the move done. No moves here. V5 picking up another time penalty. Dylan close to the back of Cookie Games for P2. Down the inside of the hairpin. Can he make it stick? Cookie gives him the room and Dylan gets past for now. Jacob looking quite fast at the moment. Can he get past the Renault of V5? So has the better exit. Can he get past Sal picking up a time penalty as well. Jacob has the DRS down the inside of turn 8 and gets the move done. Jacob getting close to the back of Matty G for P2. Down the inside of the King. And gets past easily in P2. And now, look who's that. It's LoE Mark. He'll be on the hunt as Gary gets past McCrew there. I missed that move. Still, as Aiden also tried to get past McCrew as Advi picks up a time penalty as well. And McCrew staying ahead for now of Aiden, as you could just see. Callum picking up a time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Add that to the list. And Games looks to be really close and really quick as well. To the back of McCrew. McCrew going wide. Cookie getting better exit. Out of 11 and 12. Let's see. Does he get past? That's V5 past Matty G. Sorry for missing that move. But I do think Cookie Games is having this. Still side by side. Cookie Games has gone past as Marcus into the pits. And Matty G is into the pits as well. And it's difficult to keep track of it. Don't know if you watched as Dylan hits the wall there.
Yeah.
The exit of the champions. I've got that on screen. Gary now looking to benefit maybe from that. Getting close to the back of Dylan.
He hounded the Tauros already. Of course, Dylan, I believe there was damage there. I saw some debris flying off the wall. So he is going to have those downforce compromise. Going to be coming under pressure from the racing point. Gary's going to have to get past soon if he wants to get with those top two. Around the outside of Dylan there. Down edge, there's a bit of contact. I saw debris there. Gary seems to have lost an end plate. If you can check that as well on the stream. They come together once again. Dylan sneaks back around the outside, gets cut off, and that's some feisty driving for both of them. Gary up to P3 on track, but I believe both these drivers have damage now.
And Cookie Games down the inside of Dylan as well, and gets past.
Yeah,
but look at this.
Surprise, really.
Cookie versus Gary. Let's see. This is what I'm looking forward to.
The inside.
Side by side into chicane. Cookie pass.
Okay. Yeah.
And P5 pick on up. It's, I don't even know how many time penalties.
Oh dear.
As Mark gets past Harry into the chicane.
Not really in a position to further up the front though in this battle for P4. Cookie beginning to skate up the way towards V5 there. It's got a bit of a 4-car DRS train here as Aiden now with that DRS open. It's going to try and close down Gary. Is Gary going to make any defensive moves? That DRS is helping him to defend, and if I'm not mistaken, I almost thought I saw raindrops there. Definitely the conditions evolving as Dylan goes back past McCrew on the straight, and now Aiden alongside Gary inside into turn 1. Is he going to be able to get that one done? Up the road as well, Cookie into P2. He gets past B5, they're still side by side behind though, and it's Gary with a very feisty move. Turn 2, they come together. Gary getting his elbows out, trying to keep these positions, and Aiden is not able to get through.
You've seen this crack, this raindrops now. So let's see how far this can take on and get to intercept. Aiden looking down the inside of Gary. Can he get him on the switchback? That's a good move. If he can get that done, and he does get that done. Further in behind, YY down the inside of McCrew into turn 6. And gets past him as well. And now closing up onto Dylan as well. So can he get 2 and 1 in like a span of a couple corners? Let's see. The exit of turn 9. Down into the hairpin. Can he get it done? It looks like he does get that done. And Mark looking in behind as well. Down the inside of McCrew as he gets a compromised run. And a bit of contact. Mark has to hold on for a bit there. And looking side by side again, Dylan and YY now. But it does look like YY has that DRS and gets in front. Mark down the inside of McCrew. Gets it done.
Gonna run wide though. Good exit from McCrew. The Williams driver coming back at the Ferrari wheel to wheel. Down the straight here towards turn 1. Mark still got his nose ahead. You can hold it running outside of turn 1 as Aiden gets past V5. And Cookie, he's got a penalty there. He's getting out of that gap as McCrew is dropping places. He's lost out to Harry now as well after that battle with Mark.
So on the attack driver struggling as he just got onto Gary, hitting the back of V5. Don't think any major damage occurs there. It's Mark running outside of Dylan and gets it done into turn 8, and Harry will be looking to do the same into turn 10, but isn't close enough, I reckon.
Yeah, Tor also, of course, lingering around from this damage. He's going to be having to tiptoe around this hairpin there. Of course, very careful on traction. Of course, now that it's raining, there's not as much focus on downforce, so he won't be as slow, but the damage is really holding back further up the road. Gary pulls to the inside of B5 going towards turn 1. I don't think the Renault driver is on older tyres. I don't think he can fight much despite the damage. Gary into P4. B5 picks a better line.
And McCrew in the pits. What's he gonna try?
Well, I've been monitoring the gap from Callum to Salt Cook, and it's certainly, well, it's still extending very much.
But McCrew is trying it. McCrew is trying it, and he's onto the inters, and we'll have to keep an eye on him. Anyway, Nico down the inside of Dan for P11, and Matty G looking as well, and gets past as well. So Dan dropping to the
spends it.
Nico
losing in a straight line. But, yeah, he lost out there. Dan, of course, struggling to stay with it on these dead tyres. 17 laps he's done on them, almost 18 now. It looks like as Dylan picks up a penalty.
Harry down the inside of Mark, and they spin. They collide.
They're both round at turn 1. I'm not sure. What? Saltcook has been disqualified
for receiving too many penalties.
Oh no.
That's how much it was as Field drives to the back getting onto inters.
I'm sure he's just nursing that car, and there's DRS disabled. That is usually the call that it's definitely time to get off those slicks. Jacob was really struggling for traction coming out of that hairpin. Jacob was comfortable, I'm sure he can
Dylan
this. Let's look further behind Dylan.
Adri.
Alongside Adri. Races past on the straight. Is Adri going to try and fight it back? He's in hot lap mode. He's still pushing that. Tucks back into the slipstream though. Dylan has got that move done for now. Does Adri fancy coming back at him. Dylan picks up a penalty on the inside of the final chicane. Goes massively, slows down hugely out of the... oh, he's been disqualified. That's why. Oh, he's got to be careful, get out of the way. Nico's able to get past nicely.
V5 just a bit of correction on the entry there. Y2Y looking to benefit from that. But he chooses for the outside of the hairpin. V5 does have a bit more straight line speed, but can Y2Y keep it around the outside? And can he make that move work? He's still there.
Traction. Oh, they almost touch.
And he does get past. Good move from the Haasberg, but Y2Y getting under pressure now again from V5. Who looks to be pulling on the side, but does not. And backs out of it.
Crew picks up another penalty. Y2Y is alongside Gary already out of turn 2, gets better traction as well. He's got his nose ahead. I don't think that the championship leader has much to fight with. He's still trying to hang it around the outside. Doesn't quite work out. And Gary's going to drop back now into the clutches of V5. Still these guys go at it.
Yeah, he does look like he has a run, but it isn't getting past us. Callum has retired, and there's a safety car for the last couple of laps. And this is going to benefit the guys who have not get a penalty just yet.
Well, hold on. Is it going to get cleared in time? That's the question. I assume that we might have a last lap sprint or something, because it's just under 4 laps to go in this race.
From my recall, the safety car always gets out to the laps before. So you might just see one for lap 33, but I'm not too sure on that. I think that was the case in previous games. This is quite a mad race on penalties. As the safety car is going in this lap, out of the chicane, J. Cole goes, and I think a couple drivers are on his back up until P7.
And he's got a great run coming out the chicane.
He can't overtake before the line.
Outside going into turn 1. He's got his nose ahead. J. Cole doesn't need to fight this, but he's still very late on the brakes. Cookie is through. Of course, he does have those penalties. J. Cole is still in a good position to win this race, but he won't like having someone ahead of him on track. It's very handy to be leading in the wet now. If he's switched off here, and if he's
Harry
a bit sloppy,
getting past his teammates, and Harry might actually be looking for a podium spot here as well. Let's see.
Harry's looking very impressive in these wet conditions there on the back of the racing point now, and I believe he's going to beat him on penalties anyway, but he wants to do it on track. He's pulling down the inside towards turn 8. Who's going to be later on the brakes? They're both trying to hang it side by side. Gary has to yield. Harry runs very wide, but he's able to keep it on.
V5.
V5.
Indeed.
V5 is looking...
And pulls to the outside. Let's see.
On the brakes.
Gets
V5
around.
does brake very late.
So, gets a better exit there. Can he get past? And yes, he does. Anyways, it's Cookie Games up to the chicane. And let's see how this all pans out, because I have no clue.
Well, the order that you're seeing right now is not the order we're going to get. Cookie comes over the line. Jaco predictably gets the win. Y2Y second. And Harry third, just as we predicted. As you can see, loads of people getting penalties for unserved... Not serving them in the pit stops. Matty G barely pips Mark less than a 10th. V5 drops to 9th. Gary drops to 10th. And actually gets beat by Adri, because Adri had a very clean race.
Almost by his teammates.
And Dan, of course. He's nowhere near anyone, but still goes up to 8th.
Rick, I don't think is close enough. So let's run through this. Jacob picking up the win. Y2Y second. Harry first. Cookie Games still in 4th place. Aiden in 5th. Matty G in 6th, Mark in 7th, Dan in 8th, of course, McCrew in 9th, Edok, impressive D2 debut, gets himself 3 points, Adri in P11 and V5 in P12. Of course, there's been a few questionable penalties, and I'm sure the stewards going to be really busy with this one.